In this video, I am doing an unboxing of the Foscam R2C wireless monitoring camera. I have to say, the most recent R2C line has been very impressive to me. I do want to let you know that this is not a sponsored video and no one provided the camera to me. I bought this camera on my own and plan on installing it shortly after I release this video. Without getting too long-winded, I want to share some of the reasons why I'm really impressed with the Foscam R2C security camera. Number one, it's a huge improvement of the Foscam cameras that I bought several years ago. And I've been using it for several years, and the only reason why I ended up buying the most recent R2C cameras is the old ones were starting to fail. But that's not a complaint. Those cameras were sitting out in the weather for several years, so I definitely feel like I got my money's worth. Number two, the price performance proposition of the Foscam R2C wireless camera is really pretty good in my judgment. I know there are many wireless security cameras available today, but for me, I'm just not interested in paying $100 to $200 per camera. It's important to me, but not that important. I was persuaded to buy the Foscam R2C cameras because Amazon was offering a 30% discount on the black model. So I found that offer to be too good to be true. I bought one and tried it out and was happy with it. So I ended up buying 3 of them over the course of the last couple months. At the time of this recording, I am paying less than $34 per camera, including tax. It's a great deal. Number 3, I'm a firm believer that all homeowners and property owners have to get knowledgeable about security cameras. Now, there are many to choose from. I'm not saying Foscam is the only reliable vendor. It's just the one that I'm most experienced with. I believe property owners and homeowners eventually need to get their own security cameras. And not only do you need to get your own security cameras, you need to get several of them. And that's the reason why I can't ignore the value proposition, which one measure is how much is the price per camera. Now, there is a caveat. The Foscam R2C cameras are technically indoor cameras, but I will tell you, I've been using them as outdoor cameras for years, and they seem to hold up pretty well. But you do have to keep them out of the rain. So that's enough of me talking. Let's get to the unboxing and let's break the seal. Let's see what's inside the Foscam R2C package. Here's the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the different sides of the box. And if you need to freeze the screen, stop the video, you can do that. But there's not a whole lot to read. It's a nice package. Flipping it to the top, and we're going to get ready to open this guy. Didn't have a razor, so had to improvise and get a pair of small scissors to cut that shrink wrap there. So I'm really doing my best to pop this thing open without knocking over the camera. Not the easiest thing to do. Yeah, I'm being a little bit more methodical in this unboxing so that people who are more detail oriented can drill in on some of this. And you'll have the opportunity to freeze the video to do more reading if you choose. We got the setup guide, and actually it's quite helpful, especially if you're a user of the older Foscam cameras. Some things are similar, but there are many differences as well. All right, we're going to put that setup guide to the side. Now we're going to go into the camera. So because I've done this a couple of times off camera with other packages, I knew to lift the lid off to simply make it easier. Now the camera is pretty well lodged into this plastic holder. And again, I know this from prior packages, but I wanted to show it to you, and I'm trying my best to really be careful to get this thing out without bumping the camera. So anyway, you get to see the front, you get to see the rear, you can see the Ethernet cable, the antenna connection, and so we'll let you look at the bottom. Anyway, at the very bottom of the packaging is the accessories box. Now, it's pretty well lodged in there. There's just no graceful way of getting that accessories box out. So you can plainly see I'm trying to pop it out, tap it out. And so with this accessories box, you have the 50-50 chance of figuring out which side is the top and the bottom. But when I opened this box, it became clear that I opened the bottom because I got startled by that piece of plastic that just jumped out of my hand. And there goes the power adapter. Has a relatively short cord, actually. I've had to buy extensions to that power adapter. And this is the smaller camera mount for those users who are long-term Foscam camera users. I had to replace the older mounts with this brand new smaller mount for the new R2C camera. And we have the Ethernet cable, which might come in handy if you're going to connect it to a local hub to set it up. I don't ever use the screws because I don't mount it into the wall. But this is important, the antenna. I have tested the camera without the antenna, it doesn't work. So it's pretty easy to screw it in. As you can see, just face it upwards, screw it in, and just bend the antenna. And that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Please like and subscribe to this video and channel. It would be a great favor to me. Thank you.